Get your hands off my microphone. It's Democracy Manifest in front with 100 metres to run from Italian informant. But gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Succulent Chinese meals all around.
Gentlemen, this is
Democracy Manifest. Behind us, we've got the owner of Democracy Manifest, the person who picked out the horse, race caller Darren Flindell. We're going to have a nice succulent Chinese meal and find out more. Let's go. Gents, from Dubbo to Lee's Fortuna Court having a nice succulent Chinese meal. Did you think you'd ever be here?
No, I didn't. Not after his first win at Dubbo. I thought he'd make a good country horse, probably for those showcase races. But unfortunately, Cody gave the game up and we sent him to Chris Waller, and the rest is history.
So how did you name the horse Democracy Manifest?
Actually, Lionel picked him out of the ready to race sale, and I bought the horse. My son was there and he had a few mates with him, and I said, you can name this horse. So, because he reckons I can't name horses. And he named him and said to me, Dad, we've got to name Democracy Manifest.
I'm under what?
And I said, what? What is Democracy Manifest? I just thought
It's succulent Chinese meals all
I
around.
didn't know anything about the guy at the time. And I thought, what the hell is this? Then Darren called him and succulent Chinese meal, and it's all evolved from there.
The day it won at Dubbo, listening and watching, I think all of us were in the pub that day and thought, what does this mean? Is this some type of political statement? It's something I expected I'd hear in Hong Kong. Not long after the riots had all calmed down over there. But yeah, once you Googled it and started watching the video clips of it all, I thought, oh, this is just hilarious.
And Lionel, how did you find the horse yourself? Was there something about the horse that you liked?
I remember looking at the horse, and just a short while later, Steve had walked by, and I said to him at the time, I said, Steve, if you want to see a nice horse, there's one, have a look at him, you know.
Cody gave up training and said he was going back to race riding. So we had the horse at home, and he was in my back paddock of my house. And I can remember Lionel standing there one day, and he looked and he said, Steve, give this horse to a good trainer, you know. So we thought about it and we decided to give it to Chris. So I rang Charlie Duckworth, because I didn't know Chris well. I rang Charlie and I said, Charlie, I've got a horse. Look his last run-up, because he ran in Port Macquarie. And he must have given him 15, 20 lengths at the top of the straight and get to beat a length. So Charlie, I said, ring me back and let me know if you're interested. And 5 minutes later, Charlie ran back and said, we'll take the horse. Send him to Chris. Chris had him there, and we raced him at Warwick Farm first up. Darren called the race. And I can remember somebody said to Chris, what do you think of this horse? And he just turned around like that and he said, he's a group horse. But if you'd seen his Port Macquarie run, he just gave them so much start. Grant Buckley got off the horse and said to Cody, Cody, I got beat, but this could be the best horse I've ever ridden in the bush.
I can't ever recall a horse with the profile it had, a Dubbo win, a second at Port Macquarie, going to Chris Waller. And I have to say, you could have knocked me down with a feather the morning I was lying on the couch and the Rosehill Trails began, and I thought, there's that horse, I've been waiting months for it. Where's it been? C. Waller. Do you often think about, if Cody wasn't giving training away, where you'd be now?
Probably winning highway races. Because I think Cody would have taken to group races if it was good enough, because I think Cody was a very, very good trainer.
Interesting piece of fate though, wasn't it? The way it worked out.
It was. It just worked out.
Democracy Manifest! Yes!
Darren, we did a piece about a year ago now with you wearing the Democracy Manifest shirt. How do you think the punters have got around Democracy Manifest?
Probably the first day I did it, a certain volume of people quickly picked up on it, but I was running a bit of a risk as well, because I sort of went chips in on day one about the headlock and Nosey's judo.
Ah, yes. I see that you know your judo well.
And the big call down the straight. But gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest, and those that got it and loved it. And it sort of went viral instantly. And then a few starts later, we did that day at Warwick Farm wearing the T-shirt. And I think now, not only was the name starting to really catch on and people are really enjoying it, but the reality's sinking in. This is actually a good horse.
I remember saying to them one day, they should go and have some new suits made up for this horse, because I He just looked like a horse that was going to take him somewhere, you know.
He's exploded up on the inside in the Cameron, got clear from Palmetto and Spangler, but Democracy Manifest, it's a succulent Cameron winner.
He's winning the Cameron. How is that feeling?
Oh, great. No, it was a really, really good feeling. I was there with my brother-in-law. The other owners couldn't turn up, and look, the way he won, you know, you had to be proud of the horse. The way he just burst through and won. And to break the track record, that made me think that he's a good horse.
And how are the celebrations afterwards?
Chinese meal.
But he was succulent odds that day as well.
On the way
wasn't he?
home, succulent Chinese meal.
$10?
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
And he's about $15 in the Epsom. Do you think he's a genuine chance, and why should the punters be following him in?
I really think he's a good each-way chance. In my opinion, Darren would know a bit more than me, but I reckon if he gets the right run, speed's on, watch out.
Definitely. There's always a good speed in the Epsom, and that's the key part. If there's a strong pace, that's when he's a good chance.
And if it wins the Epsom, what do we think, gents? Nice little plaque there, Democracy Manifest.
Firstly, succulent Chinese meal. Succulent Chinese meal, firstly.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.